Hi, people out there in the world. Happy Saturday morning to you. I don't know, that's not the thing people say. Okay, just checking that I can be heard. Hi, so this is Made Up Songs About Made Up People. If you haven't seen it before, it's very much like a Ron Seal stream, in that it does what it says on the tin. People tell me about their tabletop role-playing game characters, and I make up songs about them. That's very much it. And so I've got a couple of suggestions from like social media and stuff, but if you're in chat, hi folks in chat, just going, oh, I wish that I had a song, you can just tell me about like a tabletop role-playing game character or a moment from a campaign or a particular story that you enjoy from playing games, and I'll make up a song with this. Regular watchers, this is like the fourth ever of this stream or something, will, be very familiar with my chord choices. And I do not proclaim to be like an expert on the ukulele, but I can make up songs. So I'm going to take a quick drink and get started with some suggestions. So there's one that is actually well overdue because I didn't have enough time to fit this in like pre-Christmas. So this is from Robbie, who DMs an NPC member of the gang. Okay, so like an NPC ally, who is a 9-year-old half-orc with an aggressive overbite, who's with the party because his carnival-owning dad bet him off as a prize to the party. Jeez. He gets basic warlock powers from a poisoned food goddess he calls Potato Margaret. I think Tatty Mags has featured in a previous stream. Potato Margaret, who is the Dark Lord Tater, who is a maternal figure to him. So, yeah, this will be interesting. Jeez, what an awful dad. What a terrible fantasy universe dad. Okay. So he's with the party, but he's a 9-year-old half-orc. Okay, this is me just trying to remember what I can about half-orcs and stuff. Carnival-owning dad, bet him off as a prize to the party, and warlock powers from Potato Margaret. Okay, let's go. You know what? I'm gonna start with like oldie but a goodie, very classic chords, just to ease into it this morning. From the carnival today, I can't believe you're adventuring so much, but I don't even know your name. I know the ones you worship, who you worship so well. went out of shot to actually turn the plug on at the wall so that my laptop is charging and isn't going to die during this stream. That's such a cute song. Hi, sorry, I had that description up on my laptop so I couldn't see any of the chat, but I'm going to be better than that now. Thank you, Gothric Fabry. My voice will break as we go over the stream. Whoever gets like the first song of the day gets like most of my mental energy and a decent voice. Hi, the Lake Rose, and hi, Toxvig. Thanks for tuning in. So, I'm gonna give myself a tiny break. And yeah, I to be honest, I just love it when I manage to create a chorus. Some songs don't end up having like a sense of that structure. And it's always nice when I manage to find something. So yes, I've got like some from Facebook and some from Twitter that I'm gonna hop onto now. And then if anyone in chat wants a song, just tell me a little bit about a character. It's so nice on this stream to hear about people's characters and their backstories, and when they're tragic or they're twisty or they're funny. It's just actually quite a nice thing just to hear about other people's, role-playing characters. So this one's going to be a bit of a different tone. This is from Robbie, who the first one was, but it's about someone else's character, so that seems fair. This is about a character who... maybe the nameless thing is just Robbie forgetting to do requests, forgetting to say names and requests. Also, I'm only saying this because I know Robbie personally. I'm not just like mean about people who request songs. I would never do that. So it's a character who went back in time and met her younger self, who was then bitten by a magical dog, which inspired her to study magic for decades. Didn't get any magic from the dog, just bitten by a magical dog. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I understand the time traveliness. Went back in time, met her younger self, and her younger self was then bitten by a magical dog. Okay, so there's weird time loops here, but didn't stop do time travel at university for nothing. Hi, Mordoru. I don't know how to pronounce that. If you're talking about reading, then I'm trying to use captioning where possible, but I'm still having to do a bit of trialing to see how well it picks up, especially during the songs. I know that it often cuts out. But if you're just asking what the stream's about, people are telling me about their tabletop role-playing game characters, and I'm making up songs. So this is someone who went back in time, met her younger self. Her younger self was bitten by a magical dog, and then it inspired her to study magic for decades. And thank you. I very rarely make an effort with makeup, but today I didn't like how my hair was looking, so I thought I'd draw attention to something else. Okay, let's go with something a little bit more... something that feels a bit more mystical. How is that gonna... Okay. Don't change anything. Be so much goes amiss. It's that maybe you'll discover something in you, like a study of magic that you want to pursue. So maybe time travel isn't all that bad. Maybe without it there's things you'd never have. But please be more cautious, my friend. I'd hate for a magical Shih Tzu to be your end. So, that was an interesting one. There's a lot of stuff where it's like, depending on the amount of description I have, I will just make things up. Obviously, I mean, it's in the title of the stream. Right, so I think it's now on to the Twitter suggestions. This is me just checking. Oh, we've got a couple of others coming through some other socials. Because this is a weird stream to do, because like I have no content unless people tell me things. Right. So, I think we're on to Jen's suggestion, which is a few different bits and pieces. This is like a full story, which I love. Okay, so let me just I'm trying to see where this actually starts. So we've got Lofty. I think it's about Lofty and Fraser. So Lofty, tall one, won 2 Black Army uniforms in a card game. He told his mate Fraser, who thought he'd signed them up properly. They donned the uniforms and reported the next day. Many clerical errors means no one really realised they didn't belong. Lofty calls Fraser Sarge. They've never bothered with regulations. Luck lets them get away with most things. Fraser thinks he's the smart one. Believed he'd been promoted when Lofty started calling him Sarge. Oh, bless, but it's just a name that Lofty heard other people using. Then one day they took a packet of highly sensitive army letters to deliver, which wasn't their job, and they let them get stolen. The commander found out. They were last seen hightailing it through a portal. Finally found out. Please capture them in song. Fraser would think they deserve it. I love that. There's a lot of content there. Also, I'm sorry if like during this I get something wrong about the world that this is a part of, because obviously I don't always know the worlds that people are playing in. Let me just like position my screen so I've got all those little notes. Okay. So, won these army uniforms in a card game. Fraser thought they'd been signed up properly. Lofty calls Fraser Sarge. Fraser thought he'd got promoted. It's he, hims, yes. Yes, I believe they're both he, him. And they're hightailing it through a portal. Okay, I think I got a sense of it. And thanks for saying feel free to throw stuff in. What's going to feel a bit more... No, that's not quite it. Probably... Actually, yeah. Lofty and Fraser, we must go back in time. Sat at a table playing cards. You'd think winning army uniforms would be much harder than that, but no. Lofty wins 2 of them and swiftly takes them over to his friend. Fraser, so noble and strong of jaw, things that all the paperwork signed, that it simply has happened before. So Lofty and Fraser, after a variety of admin errors, they become part of the army, facing so many terrors. Our kings of hearts, one with King of Hearts, in a gamble one day, and because of that they joined an army, and that's what I sing of today. The kings of our hearts, one with a King of Hearts, when gambling for uniforms. So if you ever wonder about the dangers of gambling, I guess this is what I warn you of. And of course, as in all things, everything comes down to a letter they bring, but fail to take to where it should go. And this is how the army comes to know that Lofty and the one that he calls such, they're not meant to be here. It shouldn't have been so hard to learn, and they will be chased out, not just of the army, but of this world. So let your feet stamp hard on the ground as you run from the mania all around. There's a portal up ahead, and dive in head first. Let your old lives be dead, 'cause the kings of our hearts, one with the King of Hearts, when gambling for uniforms, and their lives became such turmoil after that. This is the danger of which I warn. Oh, the kings of hearts, one with the King of Hearts, when gambling one That's such a cool story about those characters. I really love it. Anything that has people like slightly in a situation where they kind of know that they shouldn't be in there. Oh, wow. Oh, Lake Rose, thank you for suggesting something, because I think I was just about to run out of suggestions for the stream. I'm glad that Fraser thinks that was the best song ever. I threw in some nice stuff about his jaw. So Lake Rose. I'd love a song about my bard, Raphael Sixth String. Pink-haired elf boy. Oh, love it. Desperately trying to get famous enough that maybe, just maybe, his elven father might hear about him and get in contact. Oh, there's always so much family content when I hear about people's characters. There's a big mystery around his parentage because his mother Miriam tells him nothing and has been magically depressed since coming back from adventuring at 19 pregnant with him. Oof. And so he mainly got raised by his aunt Leandra and his 5 girl cousins. Oh, that's such like beautiful, rich backstory. Who are all humans. Cousins are all humans. Aunt's human elf. Poor boy recently bumped into his ex, Will, who dumped him after 2 years to marry his childhood sweetheart. Like relationship drama in fantasy context is something I adore so much. Okay. I'd love any sort of I want song about whether he deserves love. Okay. A, that's great. B, I love it when requests are that specific. I promise I will do my best I want song for you. Weirdly, I've been watching a lot of video essays on musicals lately that have been talking about I want songs or musicals that don't have I want songs and are kind of missing them. Okay. So Raphael Sixth String, but it's kind of like an I want song about whether he deserves love. So it's from his perspective. And yeah, I need to control my hair because I mean it was seamless, but I don't know if you saw the point in the last song where I had to pause just to deal with my hair. Okay. So mystery around his parentage. Wants to become famous enough. Okay. I think I've got an idea. Oh, his heart. Okay. What feels like... I'm just going to try out a few chords. Maybe it's... seen. Is that so much to ask for me? All I want in each and every dream is for him to finally come to me. All I want is to be seen by him, by him. Is that too much for me? All I want in each and every dream is for him to at last come running back to me. I am not a musical connoisseur. Otherwise, I can't ape musical styles. But I hope that was still like a nice form of an I want song. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. I'm gonna check socials to see if there are suggestions. If there aren't, feel free to throw more things in chat, because I normally do this for about an hour. With just like whatever people have. And sometimes if I'm real low on stuff, like I go to what fucking character am I playing, and just use generators to give me people to sing about. And yeah, thanks. Color coordination today. This is much more effort than I normally make for these streams. So I'm just seeing if there are any other bits and pieces, because I want to make sure I've not forgotten anyone, because I've forgotten people before and I felt really bad getting to the end of streams and then realizing that someone requested a song and I didn't manage to get around to it. No, I think. Oh, you managed to sing along. That's really cool. Like, that's a skill, singing along to a song that's being made up on the spot. Hey, Oz, thank you. I will go on with this spore druid. A spore druid who just... who freaks out the rest of their party with their disgusting spore healing. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be, yeah. I think it'll be a little tone shift. Have something a bit lighter. Everything's felt quite like, it's been a lot of like grand epic vibes today. Secret, that's also how things go when you're playing slow enough to make sure you can improvise along. I've had requests in the past to like do things quite fast or do like rap segments. I always try, but succeeding is a whole other matter. Okay, a spore druid who just freaks out the rest of the party with their disgusting spore healing. Okay, I'll use some of the creepier chords. I also, like, for people who don't watch already, like, I am playing, I swear, but I can't get the camera to get everything in without being real far away from me. Okay. This conscious to object to Neil's healing, his healing, and spores and fungus cover it all in toadstools and constructs 10 feet tall, and Neil goes on an awful rampage with this bizarre thing he's constructed with his ways. Maybe we should have been nicer to Neil, nicer to Neil. Maybe we shouldn't have rejected his offer to heal, offer to heal. So that somehow became like the film Carrie, almost, except with a spore druid who snapped. Kind of. But that was a cute thing. I quite like doing a song where it's just like constant side eye at a character who's not there. Oh my God, lots of requests. Okay, I'm not going to necessarily get all of these in the next 20 minutes, but we will see. I need to... I know, I felt like eventually I was going a bit too hard on Neil, which is why Neil snapped when everyone was unconscious and made them part of like a weird spory construct that Neil presumably wreaks havoc on the world with. Anyway, okay, I'm going to have a little look through these requests, and I'm probably going to split it between people and stuff. So, oh my God. Oh, hello, Broken Milkshake. You have not requested a song yet for this stream, so let's go to you. A centaur druid enters through a keyhole. A centaur druid enters through a keyhole as a spider, accidentally enrages a flesh golem, then dying to said flesh golem as the door was locked behind him. Spider keyhole haunts me. Okay, I think I get the gist. Oh, okay. So centaur druid enters through a keyhole as a spider, accidentally enrages a flesh golem, dying as said flesh golem, dying from said flesh golem as the door was locked behind him. Oh God, that's like a Saw film almost, or like some kind of... I can understand why you're haunted by that, Broken Milkshake. I've just used my creepiest chords. What am I gonna do? I only have so many chords. Oh, what's that? I've got some kind of... Let me just try something out. Nope. Already nixing that. What about... effort. locking a door could cause so much to go wrong. But remember the danger of doors, known by all and captured in song. So listen and learn from this lesson so hard learned, that you should leave doors alone. Stay safe in your own home. But yeah, like a kind of weird, like a slightly more quiet, eerie vibe to that one. Awesome stuff. Oh, he fully died as the encounter was turned. Oh, I see. Oh shit. Sorry, I only just the chat was paused. It wasn't like auto scrolling. Maybe I'll do like a coda just at like just before midday about the revivification at Waterdeep. I'm glad that you liked it, Broken Milkshake. Okay, there's a few others. We've got like 15 minutes. Got loads of time. I don't know why I never feel like I have this much time. Sorry, I'm just seeing like, oh my god, yeah, flesh golem made of clowns sounds like the most horrifying thing in the world. Jeez, like, there's some things like, I'm scared of spiders in real life, but I can deal with them being described in game. Something like flesh golem made of clowns, like even the description of that is really upsetting. Okay, so, oh, I like these more abstract ones, like Lake Rose's request of a song about being a DM when you put options A, B, and C on the table, and the party choose option Z. That's I'm gonna let that one stew a little bit because I'm trying to think of like when that's happened to me as a DM in games. Yeah, I very rarely just put options on the table anymore. So there's Greasy Joan is the oiliest whore in the shanties. She's the running joke of the place, and the commander uses her to take the piss out of his mate Flinty all the time. But Joan has a heart, and if she could, she would give her greasy heart to Flinty. Oh, I love like oiliest whore in the shanties is kind of lovely. A song about a ukulele bug called Chloe who is not you but keeps getting mistaken for you. Bob. Ooh. Okay. Bob, the worst D&D god and all his awful domains. I'm going to do the Bob song because I quite like the idea of the worst D&D god and all his awful domains. And then I think we might do one about the DMing thing, and then I'll see if I can fit in the one about Joan the oiliest whore, which might just be like a little limerick kind of short one. I don't know any. Oh God, I do have a sea shanty-ish one that I've made up for a game. I don't know if I can remember the course of that. Anyway, so this is about the D&D god Bob, who is god of all of the worst domains. I'm just gonna do what I think of as my BTS chords from when I had to learn a BTS song. Because I feel like Bob's got a pretty flexible approach to musical vibes. I love how I'm having to go to chat to just like allow terms like oiliest whore. By the way, folks. Okay. Have you seen the local shop that's been turned wrong scale and it's really small when it arrives. Bob pervades our lives and some people think he's worth worshipping. I don't know, it's kind of on your own to make up your mind, so I'll keep singing. Bob is the god of viral challenges where you eat a load of cinnamon. And Bob is the god of the film Suicide Squad. Okay, sure, that's not canon, but did you ever see the bards who travelled all around saying they were putting on the greatest show in town with superheroes and adventurers? So exciting, so exciting. And you actually remember when they put on a show? If someone asked you if it made any sense, you say no, like it really had an awful lot of plot holes and the most dire editing. Bob's the god of that. Bob's the god of that show. Bob's the god of all such shows. So now you know the mysterious ways in which Bob goes. I didn't think that was going to go into like me just ragging on Suicide Squad as a film. But again, watching a lot of video essays on editing and such like lately. And it's really fascinating just watching a film where it feels like you've missed reels. It feels like you've walked away from the film and then come back and they've explained something in the meantime that would make this make sense, but you've been watching the film the entire time. My brain still hasn't really got over how something that makes so little sense got made to put out. Anyway, we've got time for like maybe one more song. So yeah, let's do the nice, like you put A, B, and C in front of your players and they choose Z. I want to try something actually. I'm gonna start singing the song and I'm gonna set up like a D&D or like a classic kind of fantasy TTRPG scenario. And I'm gonna kind of mention the things that the DM has planned, like the options that might be on the table. I want people to throw in the chat like the wild card option that actually happens. And I want to see if I can like sing the song. I'll say like the situation. I'll set up the situation and then I'd like you to throw in the wild card so that I'm not even thinking of the wild card. Let's see how that goes. I'm also aware there may be like 12 wild cards that get thrown up, but we'll see. So I will try. You'll see me just like staring over here at the chat. Okay, let's just go. I'm trying to think of one that I've like done recently, but they've all been too weird to start with. Here we are. Okay, I've got something, and I'm just going to go real simple chords because this is going to take some focusing. There's a monster in the woods. What are we doing about it? We could go buy some weapons and number two. The trees, the skies and everything fades into grey, and there's just some people sitting in a room, or if it's more recent, their faces on Zoom. And the world stalls, it stops for a second. Someone says, wait, sorry, what? What did you want to polymorph it? You want to polymorph it into custard? Sure, rule of cool. And the world comes back in vivid colour as our adventurers ride. They go into the forest, and in the cover of darkness, the monster it attempts to hide. And one of them in wizard's robes, waves their wand to polymorph it into custard, whilst the paladin shouts, "Oh no, I want to rehabilitate the monster. Can't we find some way of doing that?" And just as they say the word rehabilitate, there's the sound of an almighty splat as yellow custard goes flying through the forest. Okay, maybe I should have planned us for this, but let's go back to the village and set up this rehabilitation center. And any character who passes through from then will do a double take and do another again, 'cause in the middle of this quiet hamlet is a center for rehabilitating monsters. And if they ever ask what happened here, all the villagers will say, "My dear, what happened was adventurous and nothing but that, nothing but that. 'Cause adventurers will want to do ridiculous things, and that's that, and that's that." That was a lovely little experiment. I want to kind of see how to do this, like how to do different things with the streams, because some people have like wanted whole musicals, and I think maybe like further down the line I try and do one that's just like an on-running story with songs for those characters, and people can just like make up the story and I'll make up the songs. But I wanted to ease into it at the start of this year, you know, keep it nice and laid back. Thank you so much for everyone who's been watching. If you've enjoyed this, if you want to ever rewatch any of the songs, then I upload these to YouTube. I'm going to see if I remember even my own commands. Yay! So that's the YouTube channel where you can find past Roll Flip streams, including all of the previous songs that have been made up. I also do a couple of other streams on this channel. So every other Sunday, so not tomorrow, but next Sunday, I do One Player Ready, which is streams of solo tabletop role-playing games, just for like kind of a nice casual storytelling vibe. And the next one is going to be Mnemonic Alone in the Grey, which is a really cool game written by Dee Pennyway. So do tune in next Sunday morning for that. There's also some other stuff that I've done on here that it's kind of after that Christmas, New Year's bump, like gonna get back into it. So there's things like DIY Film Club, which is recreating films from home with lots of lovely people. I've just finished a long-running D&D stream called Undergods. That's all on YouTube. If you want to watch that, like I can't express how amazing the final episode felt. as just like emotional, like storytelling role playing. So I would hugely recommend, like, even just looking through the last few sessions, which have been absolutely incredible. And I will be doing more streams and more projects if you follow me at Chloe Mashter on Twitter. Or let me just see, is this the right? Aha! In chat, there is a link if you want to sign up to my mailing list of Roll Flip Draw, which is a bit more focused on the original tabletop role-playing games I publish, but it also has recommendations for new games. It has blogs, it has early releases. And I'm currently working on an entire like campaign level system called Horizon, which is a bit of a new and a bigger thing for me. I can't share much information yet, but keep the evening of the 21st of January from 7 p.m. free, because I will be doing, not on here, but for some other lovely people, I will be doing a live stream of a playtesting session. So we're going to play through this game and kind of figure out which bits work, which bits don't. But it's a really beautiful game about building community and defending and protecting it, and how the things that you do change who you are. Yeah. There's also some other stuff that's in my brain, but there's a lot of ideas rolling around in there. So best just to follow me on socials and stuff to keep up to date with that. Thank you. Thank you so much for everyone who's been watching. Thank you for the people who were suggesting stuff. I do this every 2 weeks. So like, if you're like, oh, my song didn't get done today, then absolutely just join in with the chat in the next couple of weeks. I don't think there's anything else major to plug. Take care of yourselves and all the good people around you, because everything is a lot right now. So just be kind to the people who are kind, I guess. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.